man, a Kilkenny man, a man who's been in All-Ireland winning teams himself. He's about to make a presentation to the Kilkenny captain, Jackie Tyrrell.
Yeah, he had a fantastic game as well, Michael. Jackie Tyrrell. It was his first time captain at All-Ireland, even All-Ireland final. Jackie wound up on young Kieran Murphy, you know, so like great occasion for him.
Well, as Michael was saying, the stewards were doing their best to keep the fans off. Never quite worked. Let's hear Jackie.
It's a great honour for me to stand on the steps of Hogan Sand and accept the Liam McCarthy on behalf of the Kilkenny team and bring Liam McCarthy back home to the Mountain City for the 29th time. There's just a few people I'd like to thank who put their heart and soul into this team. And without them, we wouldn't be here today as All-Ireland champions. I'd just like to thank our physios, Kieran O'Brien and Mick Mulroney, our doctor, Terry Curry, our dietitian, Rory Roach, our physical trainer, Rory Richardson, our kid managers, Dennis Walker, Corey and Alan Padman. Our great thank you board led by Nick Quinn and Pat Dunphy, who done unreal work for us behind the scenes. Our supporters club, led by Jim Freeman and John Mackey. Our brilliant sponsors, Glanbia, who give us unreal amount of gear. And I'd especially like to thank my own club, James Stevens, for giving me the option and the chance here to accept this Liam McCarthy. I'd also like to especially thank our management team. 3 men who've done so much for Kilkenny hurling. Our selectors, Martin Fogarty and Michael Lindsay. And our great manager, Brian Cody. There's also 2 other men who couldn't talk out today, but were definitely the driving force behind us winning today. 2 men like Donnacha Cody and JJ Delaney. All year long, this Kilkenny team have been fighting a battle on the field, a battle to win the All-Ireland. And we did that today, but there's also been another young Kilkenny chap who's been fighting a different kind of battle. Jason Brennan, who has cancer. He's here today and he's part of our panel. And I know that Jason's given every one of us inspiration to go on and win this. I'd just like to thank Jason and his father Tommy. You've been an inspiration to us, and we thank you for that. And finally to Cork. 2 years ago we stood down there in the exact same place as they're standing. I know exactly the hurt that you're feeling. But you've been a great champions and you're great ambassadors for the game. I'd like to give Cork 3 well-deserved cheers. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Thank you. We'll see you all home in Kilkenny tomorrow night to bring Liam McCarthy home.
That's the speech by the winning captain, Jackie Tyrrell. You saw Sean O'Gahalpin in the shot there as well. Last year's captain, of course, and he knows what all that feels like. it's been some victory, Gerlach Nan for Kilkenny, and you can see in Brian Cody, and you can see in those supporters. I mean, sometimes the Kilkenny supporters can be a bit quiet about their achievements, but you can see what it's meant to them today.
Well, I was lucky enough to go to school with Brian Cody, and I know just the type of person he is, and I knew today was set up for him. That's why I went for Kilkenny. I knew to set up for the kind of person he is, because I go back to that word I said, is that attitude. You win all Ireland's on your attitude. Attitude is more important than science or talent or pace or all those things we associate with great hurlers. And Cork have great hurlers. Now, when push came to shove today, when you question Kilkenny's character, as it was by a lot of people in the media. Now, Brian Cody is right there. Not that anyone said that Cork were going to run away. When you question that, Kilkenny, by tradition, look back over the years, they come out and they savage you. And that's what they did to Cork today. They just savaged them. They only won by 3 points. But all over the field, they closed them down. They gave them no space whatsoever. And no one will question that they deserve to win the game. Now, I think Cork made a few basic errors in that game today. They should have gone for the direct play, sir. They should have gone. They stuck to this old plan of sharp passing. Kilkenny had copped onto it. They were closing them down, blocking them all over the place. Whereas if they delivered the fast ball into the full forward line, they would have been a lot more dangerous. But nothing could take for Kilkenny. They deserve to win that by 10 points. Really, 3 points of a margin doesn't do justice to them. It was a magnificent display by Kilkenny, bringing out all the great traits that we associate with Kilkenny down through the years. A win for Cody, for character, and for the great hurling tradition of Kilkenny.
And I suppose the other thing about it, Cyril, as well, you know, for Cork, winning the 3 in a row was a great motivating factor. But there's even a higher motivating factor to stop somebody from doing that.
Yeah, well, like the character or the hurling ability of Kilkenny was questioned. They were the one team this year that were unbeaten. They'd won the Welsh Cup, the Leinster final, the league final, so they were going an unbeaten run. Now, Brian kept saying about transition, but when you looked at the new fellas on, say the likes of Aidan Fogarty, today he gets 1-3 or 1-4 from play, pops up everywhere. Like Chaff Fitzpatrick, fantastic game today. Now, these are all new guys on the block. Richie Powell coming back from injury, John Hinnison, they're young guys. So this Kilkenny team, now they're going to be the team to block, but that's what makes the game so good. They're deserving champions. Now, you still can't forget Cork. They were very, very good champions, but they probably ran out of steam because it's been kind of there all year. They haven't been beating anyone, pulling away. The goals weren't coming. Now, they got one fantastic goal near the end today, but as Gerard said, they never really looked like winning. It was just kind of holding on and they were kind of grabbing at just gets inspiration from somewhere. But like Kilkenny deserve to win by a lot more, and they're going to be the ones to stop now, but that's what makes this hurling so great. And
I suppose it's a tribute as well to a team that can make the All-Ireland champions of the past 2 years look like, I suppose, an ordinary team today.
It is, yeah, because it was pure hunger, desire to win, that don't do like that. But having said that, Michael, you have to pay fantastic tribute to Cork. Not for the last 2 years, but for today. Today they were outclassed. They were outmanoeuvred on the sideline by Cody, by his tactics. But they only lost by 3 points. I mean, they fought out. The game wasn't over until initially the final whistle, until that last ball was played by John Tennyson. It shows the kind of character that are in the players of that Cork team. They were magnificent champions. Now we have new great champions. And the challenge out there for every other county is, don't be complaining about Cork and Kilkenny being in All-Ireland.
Get up there to Hill and beat them. That's
exactly. Get up there and match them. Yeah. Get up there. Kilkenny have done it, the Cork, who everybody thought were unbeatable. Kilkenny have done it. There is no reason why at least 3 or 4 other counties couldn't do the same thing.
Well, I suppose we have to throw Galway into the mix. I mean, they were in the All-Ireland final last year. People said they played well. They should come on again and go on a little bit further. So that's
a lot of talent in Galway, but not that raw intensity there. But Michael, again, now I know they're doing their best in Croke Park with the pitch, but I'd make a recommendation and they say this lad is joking. I'm not joking. When the football final is over and under 21 hurling and Camogie next week and the football final is over, they should dig it up. Forget about the rugby if it isn't ready for them. They have to go back to Lansdowne Road. That planning won't be there for a few years. Because that place out there is crazy for hurling. We're about football. They're falling around the place. Today, it doesn't do credit. Kilkenny were going to win it anyway, but it isn't fair. Waterford were the same here a few weeks ago. It was crazy. The same thing again today. Grass long, slip and sliding.
They'll sue the rugby players. They're always on the ground anyway. So
but Croke Park, Ger, isn't for. I know what you're saying, but God damn it, listen. Croke Park is a credit to the GA, but not that pitch. Change it for God's sake.
Well, I think they even recognise that themselves. Let's look at some of the players of the Kilkenny team that actually, we talked about this earlier on, Ger. We talked about the fact that they have the stars like the Henry Shefflins and so on, but other fellas came and stood up today.
That was the thing. Henry was good today, but he wasn't brilliant.
Yeah.
Right, but there were other players that were absolutely outstanding. Now, for me, it was the Chaff Fitzpatrick show today. You know, a small little fella in the middle of the field against Tom Kenny and Jerry O'Connor, two of the greatest players you could imagine that we have had in the last 3 or 4 years at midfield. They switched to try and do everything. He was everywhere, blocking, hooking. What a courageous player he is. When you look at his size and you look at his weight and see the performance he gave today, he was absolutely out at the top drawers. As Aidan Fogarty, Conor Forward, as Settle said there, you know, came out of the head score 1-3.
Like Tommy Welsh, brilliant as well, you know. And I love this Ryan fella. He's strong as a bull. He goes under the high ball, and like they're all saying, Kilkenny is not fast. He makes one chase back. He depossesses. They were kind of playing inspired today. And as it went on, we were just outside looking. There was no way you felt that Cork were going to win unless they collapsed, and there was no way Kilkenny were going to collapse. They're always going to get a few points tacked on, and they're popping them over here and there.
All right, that's going to have more on this year's All Ireland hurling final, and that's coming up right after this commercial break. Cork, we've just seen Kilkenny crowned All-Ireland champions for 2006, but next week another big match here at headquarters. It's the Gala All-Ireland Senior Camogie final. It's between Cork and Tipperary. Cork back here at Croke Park with a chance of winning another trophy. Tipperary, of course, winning the minor All-Ireland here this afternoon. That's our Sunday game live next week. Well, this is what winning the All-Ireland final means to the manager. It's Brian Cody in the moments just after their success. I've seen Brian Cody play in the Kilkenny team. I haven't seen him ever move as fluently as that. And Michael Dempsey there with him, by the way. Michael Dempsey, of course, former great footballer for Laois and part now of the Kilkenny hurling setup as well. Obviously very delighted with the success of their players. Let's go down to the losing manager, unfortunately. That today is John Allen.
Thank you very much, Michael. John Allen, thank you very much for joining us. We do, all of us in RT, appreciate it's easy to do it when you win. So, how do you feel?
You know, that's sport. Like, I mean, you know, when you're involved in sport at any level, like there are more days when you lose than when you win. You know, we can have no complaints really. You know, we just were hunting the game for too long. You know, it was an intense game. It was dogged all the way to the end. Kilkenny played better than us. They hunted it more than we did. They wanted it more than we did, as far as I could see. And like when they went up 6 points, it looked like the writing was on the wall. Up to then, you know, the goal made a difference. Like, and we never kind of pegged back that goal lead. You know, I know we did peg it back here and there, but like they still came up and got another point. I don't think we can have any complaints really. You know, the better team on the day certainly won.
You must have admired, first of all, the character of your side, because one stage there were 6 points down, if I recall correctly, and then Ben got a goal. Did you think even then, perhaps, just perhaps, there was a flicker of light, a flicker of hope?
Well, I suppose there was really, you know. As you said, we were 6 points up and Ben got the goal, but it was you were into added time really at that stage, and you were hoping against hope that you might sneak a goal and have a draw out of it. And I certainly would have accepted a draw at that stage, but I'd say if you were to look at the possession stakes, Kilkenny certainly were on the ball more than we were. We never got a chance to settle on the ball. They stopped our puck outs, you know, fair play to them. They had done their homework properly and they stood there. Their midfielders didn't follow our midfielders, and it just put a lot of pressure on our half-hour line, and we weren't winning any clean ball. And you know, credit due to them, like they did do their homework and they did close us down. And like our midfield never functioned the way they have functioned in, you know, over the past 3 or 4 years. Like. Neither did our half-forward line, and you know we changed our half-back line for the first time in probably 3 years that we made a change in our half-back line. So that kind of says it all, you know.
Heartbreak, I know, for Cork, indeed for yourself, for all Cork people. 3 in a row is gone. I hope John Allen is not going to disappear now.
We'll have to think about that now. We'll have to talk to my right hand man, Pat Morrissey, and we'll have to have a discussion and see. But there's a lot of time goes into being to sport at this level, like, and. The past 4 years have been, you know, they've been fantastic. We've had fantastic times. We've had great support on the field today there when we were finished. Like the amount of well-wishers who came up and said, look, thanks for the memories. It was a good day today. We lost the game. That's fantastic, you know, that will keep you going. But, you know, we'll see what the future brings. We'll have, you know, spend a few weeks and without any training and, you know, make a decision then.
Well, I can say everybody in the Sunday game would love you to stay on because you're a gentleman and a pleasure to deal with. And thank you for everything during the year.
No problem, Martin.
Well done. Thank you. Back to you, Michael.
And thanks, Marty, and so say all of us. Gerlach Nan, with one defining moment from the second half that you've picked out, James Ryle made an interception that just kind of summed up the way Kilkenny were approaching this game.
Yes, this is an incident just epitomised what went on all day, what went wrong for Cork and right for Kilkenny. You know, Cork's thing, the channel was opened up down the centre. Now here comes James Ryle from the centre, flicks the ball away. Who's turning around? Richie Power is there, and the ball is going up. Now watch this, look at it, beautiful flick in. Everything Cork were doing for the last 3 years was there. The channel was open, he was running through the centre, but out of nowhere, look at the walk rate of four Kilkenny men in the picture and one Corkman. Now that in microcosm is what happened today. That's the way Kilkenny, they brought a football-like quality, you know, a Tyrone-like quality to the game today. They just crowded out Cork, didn't give them the space to perform, and when Cork didn't change that tactic of the short game to a longer, more direct game, they were just caught in a